Good day everyone, I'm Nico Caballero from the Graduate Studies Program of Baliwag University under Ma'am Cecil Yasa. Today, we'll delve into a vital and increasingly important topic or aspect of the nursing care, which is the nursing care management of geriatric patients. And this is all about navigating attitudes, ethics, and legal landscapes. This presentation will focus specifically on the attitude we hold, the ethical considerations we face, and of course, the legal frameworks that guide our practice in gerontology. My references for this discussion include the American Nurses Association, Butler, Philippine legal references such as the RA 7432 together with RA 9994, and of course, the World Health Organization. And now, let's begin by understanding why this topic is very critical. We are experiencing an aging global population, which leads to a significantly increased need for specialized geriatric care because geriatric patients often present with complex health, functional, and psychosocial needs. And it is crucial to understand that providing excellent care to older adults goes beyond just the clinical skills, our attitudes, and ethical understanding. And of course, adherence to legal frameworks are equally vital. Throughout this presentation, we will explore the interconnectedness of these aspects in the care of older adults. Let's address the attitudes we hold. A significant challenge in healthcare is ageism, which is defined as prejudice and discrimination based on age. The impact of negative attitudes on our older patients can be severe, leading to suboptimal care, delayed diagnosis, and diminished autonomy. We often see manifestations of these negative attitudes through stereotyping, patronizing communication, differential treatment, and reduced expectations. Conversely, fostering positive attitudes are incredibly important. It builds trust with our patients, encourages their active participation in their own care, upholds their dignity, and ultimately contributes to their overall well-being. Moving on to the ethical foundation of our practice, there are core ethical principles that guide nursing care for older adults. Number one, we have autonomy, and this principle means respecting the older adult's right to make their own choices about their care and life decisions. Next, we have beneficence. We must always act in the best interest of the older adult to promote their health and well-being. Next, we have the non-maleficence. This principle emphasizes avoiding causing harm and carefully considering the risks and side effects of treatments. Of course, we have justice. We must ensure fair and equal access to care, regardless of individual's age, income, and background. Lastly, we have fidelity. This means being trustworthy and dependable, honoring commitments, and maintaining confidentiality. In geriatric care, we frequently encounter complex ethical dilemmas. Some common examples include 1. End-of-life care decisions. And this often involves balancing the older adult's autonomy, their quality of life, and what is medically appropriate. Next, we have the capacity assessments. And this is about ensuring, or we must ensure, that patients can make informed decisions while also protecting those who are vulnerable. We also have surrogate decision making. Here, we may need to navigate conflicts that arise between the patient's wishes and the choices made by their designated surrogates. And to navigate these challenges effectively, we rely on key approaches, which are interprofessional collaboration, and this ensures well-rounded and ethical decision. Next, we have the ethical reflection, and it's crucial to recognize and address moral complexities as they arise. We also have the use of ethical frameworks. It is about applying principles like autonomy and beneficence that help us provide consistent and principled care. Beyond ethics, legal considerations are paramount in geriatric nursing. Key legal topics we must be aware of include the following: elder abuse and neglect clause, with specific references to Philippines or to those in the Philippines, advanced directives and end-of-life care, the guardianship and conservatorship, patient rights and privacy, and of course, professional liability. And now let's tackle the legal considerations in geriatric nursing here in the Philippines. Let's focus on specific Philippine legal frameworks. First, the Republic Act number 7432, or also known as the Senior Citizens Act. And this act provides benefits for senior citizens such as discounts, tax exemptions, and government assistance for the older adults. As nurses, our duties related to this act include being frontline responders in emergencies, participating in volunteer programs, considering with the legal protection for volunteer nurses, and contributing to public health preparedness, including supporting professional development related to elder care. Next, we have the Republic Act number 9994, the Expanded Senior Citizens Act of 2010. This expanded law includes provisions for a social pension, mandatory PhilHealth coverage for senior citizens, increased penalties for violations of senior citizens' rights, and emphasizes monitoring and coordination of program. Our nursing duties under this act including specialized geriatric training and care, offering home health care services, advocating for establishment of senior citizens wards in the healthcare facilities, leading health promotion and education initiatives, and establishing community-based health rehabilitation programs. To continually improve the care we provide for older adults, we must consider implementing several strategies. Number one, we have to prioritize the education and training. We have to foster strong interprofessional collaboration among healthcare teams. We also have to actively promote positive attitudes towards older adults. Utilize ethical consultation services when facing complex dilemmas. We also have to engage in policy development to support geriatric care. It is also important to commit to continuous professional development, including empowerment for older adults to be active participants in their own care. And with this, we have to review and enhance geriatric content in nursing school curricula. We have to develop and implement community education programs, establish support groups for the elderly and their families, and actively lobby for stronger legal protection for older adults. In conclusion, here in the Philippines, the well-being of our older adults is increasingly dependent on a healthcare system that not only values clinical skill but also deeply respects their dignity, autonomy, and rights. Nurses are absolutely crucial in driving this transformation. This involves challenging ageist attitudes, navigating ethical dilemmas with cultural sensitivity, and consistently upholding the legal rights of older Filipinos. This vital work requires an ongoing commitment to education, collaboration, and advocacy. Ultimately, our goal is to create a healthcare environment where older adults receive compassionate and effective care, and where aging itself is viewed positively with respect. And that ends my clinical teachings. Thank you very much.